What's the one war you're worried about that could potentially happen? What's the one that could get very nasty? Is there anything out there that you hear about Taiwan, China, you hear the chips, you hear all these other things? What's the one that as you're doing your due diligence and research on this, you're like, oh shit, when that one takes off, that's going to be ugly.
The NATO Secretary General just brought up, I think, what was exactly on point, which is the possibility that China invades Taiwan and at the same time Russia does some kind of military action against one of the Baltic states. And it's a coordinated attack. And that would seek to stretch American resources and personnel thin. Because how do you respond to situations in both parts of the world? That, I think, is something that they believe could happen in the next 3 years, which is when the intelligence community assesses that China will be basically at its probably its peak of its power. So if China were to invade Taiwan, it might be in their best interest to do it in the next 3 years, sometime in that window. They believe that is when they'll have the most favorable demographic conditions, economic conditions, and their investment in their military power will be at a point where they're ready to invade. Will they do it? Maybe, maybe not. But
is that just another war, or is that a big war?
Russia would invade mass forces on the border with Estonia, Latvia, or Lithuania, and basically they're very small countries with small standing forces, well trained and well motivated, but there are tripwire forces there essentially. So the idea would be if Russia were to push in, there really wouldn't be much you could do short of nuclear weapons. But something I think that we're learning more and more in the last 3-4 years is that our tolerance and threshold for war below nuclear weapons is a lot higher than we originally thought. I think it wouldn't be unlikely to believe that the United States and China could have some kind of battle over Taiwan and not be nuclear weapons, which I think is almost scary because it makes it more likely that they might assess that it wouldn't be the worst thing to do.